So I have one piece of advice for fantasy football week 1, which is this week we are in right now, that I have not heard a single creator on socials anywhere ever talk about, and it is something that we need to discuss today. So what is this one thing that you need to know going into week 1? Whether you're new to fantasy football, especially if you're new, actually, this is going to be even more important for you, because starting this week on Thursday with the Eagles and Cowboys game and all the games throughout the rest of the week, you are going to start hearing people on YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook, all over the social media platforms telling you, hey, you know that guy I told you not to draft? Look how bad he played this week. Told you not to draft him. You're an idiot. And then on the flip side, there's going to be people saying, look at the guy. Look how good this guy played this week. I told you to draft him. I'm a genius. That's right. So the reason why I find this so funny is this is the worst thing for you to fall into. You either can fall into the negative side of this, which is, see, I told you not to draft him. I told you I was right. I'm dancing on his grave. You're an idiot. You shouldn't have drafted him. I'm right. You're all wrong. I saw this happen last year with 2 different content creators. I'm not going to say their names, doesn't matter. But they both have over a couple 100,000 followers on YouTube. I'll tell you that right now. And they danced on a single man's grave and said, you know what? He sucks. Well, that person was none other than Derrick Henry, because in week 1 and week 2, he didn't pop off. Sure didn't hear them talk anymore after week 3. Didn't hear any more of that talk when he finished as what? A top 5 running back in points per game? Interesting how that worked out. A lot of them looked really silly and really wrong last year. Didn't hear any of those guys either come out and say, oh, I was wrong. Derrick Henry, yeah, he was good. I'm an idiot. Never heard that. You never hear them say what they did wrong. It's always what they did right. How interesting how social media and the real world works. There are going to be people out there who are going to legitimately convince you that you drafted the wrong players, that they were right on their fade these players takes, and you're an idiot. Do not fall into that, because 1, it's going to make you sad. 2, it's going to make you emotional. And 3, it's going to make you panic a little bit. When we panic in fantasy, we make bad decisions. We might cut players before they should be cut. We might pick up other players off the waiver wire that we shouldn't be picking up. And then on the flip side, we might make really bad trades. Week 1 and week 2 is just setting the stage. It's really hard for me, and this is me being honest, it's really hard for me in week 1 to tell you which are the best defenses to stream. Why? Because all I can do is base off of information from last year and situational changes in the offseason and through the drafts. That's me, who watched every game last year multiple times. It is very hard for me to tell you which is the best defense. Even in week 2, even after I watch all the games multiple times, even after all my analysis, I am going to have, me being humble, I'm telling you, I am going to have a hard time telling you who's the best defense to stream in week 2. So you have those people who are the naysayers, who are going to convince you your team's crap or players are crap. Do not fall into that, because you make bad decisions when you're emotional, sad, upset with your draft. On the flip side, do not get caught up in the hype train. Oh yeah, I told you, you should have drafted this guy. Look how much usage he had, how many yards he had, blah, 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 blah. Don't get caught in that hype train either, because players are going to pop off in potentially week 1, week 2, week 3, and defenses are going to adjust to the scheme, knowing that that guy may be a featured player now, where they had not previously thought he was going to be a featured player. This is very, very important. So again, you don't get caught up in emotion. You don't fall in love with the player that you have, who maybe is having a good couple of weeks to start the season, and then he might start to fade as the season goes along. The same thing applies. Do not get hyped into a player and think, I got to trade for that wide receiver, I got to trade for that running back, who again could be having a good couple of weeks and then could be more of a boom bust player as we go along. You just don't know in week 1 and week 2, but people will convince you in week 1 and week 2 they were right about the player being dead, or they were right about the player being just on another level. You need to stay grounded and level. My recommendation for you, as selfish as it may sound, is to watch my content. I will be breaking down the games to the best of my ability, which I think is pretty good. I will be breaking down the players that I think are worth drafting before they pop off on my waiver wire videos. I will have this content out there for you throughout the season to try and help give as much guidance and direction as I can. And the one thing I can personally guarantee everybody out there, number one, I follow my own advice. That's number one. Number two, the videos that I'll be making are based on watching the tape. I will watch every single game from week 1 to week 11 or 12 when it starts to get a little boring, 2 to 3 times per game. That is before I put on a waiver wire video. I can't give you a waiver wire video on Monday. I'm sorry, but I can't watch every single game with how much time that takes because I still have a job on Monday. I will get the majority of them watched on Monday, but I will have some carry over to Tuesday, and the Monday night game I want to watch again multiple times as well. My waiver wire videos will be on Tuesdays, but for most people, their waiver wire goes into effect at like 3 in the morning, Wednesday morning, so that'll be enough time for you to watch that video at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Central Time, which is when I've been posting almost all my videos before you have to submit your waiver wire claims because I want to watch all the tape. I'm not just looking at the stats. So I can guarantee you, sorry, it was a long-winded way of saying, I can guarantee you I will watch all the games and all of my information and advice is coming from what I am seeing on the tape and what I am seeing on the stats combined, not just the stat sheet, which really doesn't help you all that much. And stay tuned throughout the rest of the season for the rest of my content that I believe will help you get a little bit closer, just like I hope this video does, to winning your fantasy football championship in 2025, which starts this coming Thursday. I'll see you guys again hopefully you guys will see me again real soon. And until then, y'all have a blessed day. Bye.